Mhm, 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 mhm. Just wanted to start off with a little bounce on my yoga ball. Hey, miss me? It's time for transits. Transits time. I'm going to share my screen and share with you the transits for January 3rd, 2022 till January 8th. That's like the Saturday. Let's share, shall we? And talk about it. Or I'll talk about it. You'll listen about it, and it'll be awesome. All right. Share screen. Ugh, always goes to that thing because it's dumb. All right. Transits. 03 today, right now. 12:34 p.m. That's what time it is for me right now in Portland, A-R-O-R, Portland, Arkansas. Just kidding. All right. So this is us. This is all of us right now. This is collective energy. Now, you'll notice that if you put like somebody else's, chart with this chart, the transits affect individual people differently. I think most of us know this, but collectively, this is what's going on. So we'll start with the sun in Capricorn. That means right now, most people are focused on work, right? Getting back to work makes sense, right? Everybody's always getting back to work pretty much at this time, universally has been for, some time now, right? Because we know for sure that, during this time in, ancient traditions, they used to have feasting and parties, and that's everywhere for a long, long time, long time. So this is in our blood too. Festivities and then get back to work, right? It's like Sagittarius, and then Capricorn is like, hey, that was fun. Now goals. So sun is here. Yay. The other thing we got going on here, we've got Venus here. She's in retrograde. See that red? Yeah, that means she's in retrograde. Retrograde means like she appears to be going backwards, right? And what this means astrologically, as most people know, is that sort of past love or appreciation friend things could pop up, right? People you might find are coming back to your mind who you haven't thought about in a while, right? It could be anywhere from friends to lovers, anyone who you've appreciated. You might find other people hitting you up and being like, hey, I appreciated you in the past. Thought you were kind of wonderful, so I'm gonna hit you up again, or at least think about hitting you up again, because that's how that goes usually. We've got Pluto here too. Pluto and the moon. We just had a new moon in Capricorn last night, which is a nice little goal setting time. I'd have posted about this last night, but I didn't want to. I wasn't Capricorning out on the Sunday night. I was still at the end of my vacation time, and I was taking it like a badass from my goals. Anyway, so we've got Pluto here. Pluto kind of gives us a bit of a crisis mode or maybe overthinking. So it is next to that Venus retrograde. So you might feel inclined to be sort of hard on yourself, or you will be thinking about maybe things that you tried to hide in the past, right? Or things might pop up that you're like, wow, I haven't thought about that in years or talked about that in years. You might find yourself really thinking about it. It's kind of a crisis mode. So you might be extra prone to being hard on yourself. So if you can, don't kick your own ass during this time. That would be wonderful if you could not kick your own ass, please. Kick your goals' ass, right? That's what we want to do. We have Mercury just, I think as of yesterday, went into Aquarius. So you might find that you like to play devil's advocate, right? Your logic might be more like, well, what do other people think? What's fair for other people? Like that might be a thing that you're thinking about more of, which is, pretty cool. Please do that. Please think with other people's perspective, right? Mercury here likes to logically think through systems and situations, and it is definitely concerned with causes, right? So if you've been banging the gong for a cause, you might feel like doing it even more. It might make logical sense to do it even more. Aquarius, as I have Mercury in Aquarius, and it's like probably, I think it's like exactly conjunct my shit right now too. Ooh, you guys want to see mine? I don't mind showing you me right here. I'm gonna re-up me here though. Yeah. And then update till now. Okay, good. There we are. See, look at there. Look at that. Mercury's at 2 here, and it's going to be at 2 there or 4 there, right? It's like right on my sun. So this is kind of nice for me because it means that it makes it a little bit easier to logically so what happens to me is I usually have a really difficult time communicating sort of everything that I'm thinking, because my mind just goes, wow, I'm thinking of so many things. And Mercury here helps to give like my awareness and my communication a little bit of a boost to be able to say, oh, hey, does that logically make sense? It's kind of easier to talk about it anyway, I find, which is awesome. Sometimes I'll think about it and my thoughts will get there quicker than my mouth can like keep up with. Back to transits. So anyway, yeah, I love Aquarius. But yeah, Mercury likes to be logically shocking and maybe play devil's advocate. So you might find other people or yourself being more devil's advocate. We've got Saturn here still. Saturn loves maturity. So the closer Mercury gets to Saturn, the more it'll be maybe harder to verbally talk about things because, or you might find that your logic is more pessimistic. You might be more like, well, I would say this, but then this person over here will shoot me down, or, you know, I would do this, but then there's this, I would do this, but then there's this. There's kind of like this thing that goes on. So you might find your thoughts being a little more pessimistic than you would like. But really awesome right here, Jupiter at home. Jupiter loves being in Pisces. Give me a Pisces time, Jupiter. So I have noticed that I've really been feeling like optimistic, right? Like I feel like giving more, like I'm like, oh, ooh, I want to, you know, massage my honey more. I want to I want to help everyone to feel more optimistic about life. That's kind of like what it comes down to. And I've also noticed that, so I personally have Jupiter in a Virgo, and those are opposite signs, right? Bloop, bloop, opposite signs. So my Jupiter is in detriment natally, right? That means that I can think of a lot of reasons why something won't work, or why a lot of details that need to get met before this can happen, you know? So I get like bogged down with details, and Jupiter doesn't want to be bogged down. Jupiter's like light, right? Jupiter is like, big and it feels buoying, I'm noticing in my own life, right? So I'm like, oh, it's not so bad, almost automatically, almost without thinking. So I really like Jupiter here, and Jupiter's not going to be going retrograde. He's going to be going right on through. And I don't know when he goes retrograde again, but whatever. It's a party right now in Pisces. So you might find yourself feeling almost more optimistic about like spiritual things too, right? Because Pisces really loves that. You can interact with spiritual things via artwork, via music, via poetry, right? Those things you feel are spiritual. That is an awesome way to connect to the spiritual. In fact, we have Uranus still here, will still be here for some years now. Upsetting Taurus, right? So Taurus is it's the sign that loves dependability, loves it. And so Uranus likes to go, we should give less fucks about keeping things the same way. But Taurus is like, oh, we need to keep things the same way. So it can be really hard for Taurus to have Uranus right here. If you know anyone with prominent Taurus placements, you will notice that they might be having some difficulty with changing their mind about things, or maybe a better time, an easier time, depending upon their chart. They might have an easier time if they have any, like, you know, sextiles, if they have any stuff going on in Cancer or any stuff going on in Pisces. Ooh, that might be like super optimistic, right? Or like any of the earth signs, Capricorn. Oh, that's so nice, right? All this stuff is going here. So Anytime anything is in a trine, right? Earth and Earth, that means that there is more of an ease with it. It doesn't necessarily make it easier. It might be more of an ease with accepting things, though, if you can kind of put your mind there. But it also means that, oh, hey, the universe is having an easier time giving you things to help you grow, because that's what it wants. So there's that. Cryptocurrency and stuff like that too. So Uranus is a Venus ruled sign, and Venus deals with abundance and money. So we will have noticed a lot lately cryptocurrency kicking up steam, which it's been doing for a while. I mean, Uranus has been here for a hot minute. It's in retrograde right now, which means not going forward. But when it starts to go direct again, it'll be interesting to see how currency flows, or like what pops up with that action. Or food too, because Uranus is anything that like sort of the earth growing food, the earth being established so that things can grow. That's why it doesn't like to move, right? It wants to be established so that people know how to grow things, how to do things, and it likes knowing how to do all that stuff. So come on, bangs. Anyway. All righty, and that's what we've got going on right now. Mars here in Sagittarius still, it's in a fire sign. Mars likes being in a fire sign. Mars doesn't love. Well, Mars likes to be open, direct, and honest, and can be very serious. But Sagittarius does not like being serious, so you might find it harder to be open and direct and honest in a serious way. Serious and open directness right now looks a little more humorous, a little more festive, a little more like a comedian, right? A comedic, ways of being like open and direct. All right, let's go forward in time. Yeah. So moon in Aquarius, on here at noon, right? Anytime I see the moon and Saturn next to each other, that is a hard time with showing people your emotions. Saturn is reserved and likes to put boundaries around things, and so boundaries around emotions. So you may not feel like you can necessarily talk about everything you're feeling for fear that they're not well thought out enough, or that somebody else might. Well, we don't care so much about people taking offense as much as we care about I just asked Mary, my business partner, she has a moon in Aquarius. Anyway, she might be, or other people like this, you might experience people being more reserved with sharing their emotions or operating on feelings at this time on Tuesday. Let's see what else the moon is doing here. Oh, sextile to Mars. So sometimes to me that could be like an ease with being open, direct, and honest. But with Saturn there, Saturn's a bit of a stronger pull. So Saturn's going to be like, hold back on the actions that you feel entitled to take. Something like that. All right. And let's see what else. It's mostly the sun that like moves through the moon that moves the quickest, right? Everyone else is still kind of here. Venus is still kind of here. Mercury is still here, right? Still same stuff going on. What I'm looking for right now is, I know Mercury is going to go retrograde, but that's not until the 14th. Thursday, moon in Pisces. If you haven't already, you should click and sign up for Marrying My Moon Mail. I go through the moons and where they're going to be for the month, each month. And I've already covered what this moon means. But the moon in Pisces really appreciates sort of spirituality and a sense of oneness and art and music and things like that, right? This is a very sensitive moon. So you might find that you're more intuitive, or you're picking up on sort of the subliminal messages that people are sending. It's a heavy intuition sort of time. Thursday, moon's still in Pisces. Anybody else move a whole bunch? No, they didn't. Mercury is just like sailing through there. All right, moon in Aries. That's good, except for that this moon, I know, is in like a dang, it's going to be in a square to a bunch of stuff over here in Capricorn. See, there's going to be a bunch of stuff squaring here. So Aries is, likes to inspire and be inspired. So not feeling a whole lot of inspiration, maybe from work and goal setting, right? Those things might not feel super great. I have a moon in Aries here, so I can expect on this day to maybe not be feeling like I'm slaying it at work, but what I can tell myself is, oh, hey, it's just the moon in friggin' square to all this shit going down. So be down, Lace. That's what I tell myself anyway. Oh, and then that's Saturday. Alrighty, so that is that stuff. That is this. You guys want some tarot cards? I haven't been doing these in a while, but what if I just shuffle and draw some? Ooh. Well, 2 cards came out. Let's just do those. First card that came out is Legacy here. This is, I think, the 10 materials, 10 of Pentacles. This is Chris Ann. I don't have the box in front of me, but it's done by Chris Ann. The Muse Tarot is what this is. And see, this is a rose bush that's grown into a tree, which rose bushes can't do. So it's kind of operating outside of what is naturally possible. And then it's got multicolored roses on here, right? Which don't tend to grow on one bush either. That's also outside of the norm, outside of nature. And then we have a bunch of people of all different, ethnicities and all that stuff holding hands. They're all holding hands. And this is all about sort of legacy, right? The zodiacal expression of this is Mercury in Virgo. That's awesome. Mercury is exalted in Virgo, loves being there because it loves to share a lot of details. And it's very good at being clear about its details. So this is about having a legacy. And this week, paying attention to, hey, there is a beautiful legacy that is taking shape here, that is moving forward here. Be as sort of detailed as possible, maybe journaling, writing, socializing, right? All those things, and focusing on what you have in common with people, right? Maybe imagination is something you have in common with people. And the other one is Mercury in Sagittarius, another Mercury. So another communication, another thing like this. And this one is about, see this woman, she's pushing through. This is her various stages, pushing through, right? It's the 9 or 8 of Wands. This is all about sort of quick, rapid movement, right? So making quick, rapid movement towards your legacy, towards goals that you are looking to be established beyond the now, right? We're going for long-term goals and we're pushing through, right? Pushing through, maybe depending upon others in your sphere here, right? Maybe depending upon others in your sphere to help encourage you, right? She feels like she's going through a finish line. Let people encourage you to push through that finish line. It's kind of a thing that makes me think there. All righty, so that is what I have for you right now. And I'll see you next week. I'm hoping to pick this up again. And I got other things in store because so much fun. All right, have a great friggin' week. Stop sharing and stop recording. All right, mwah, bye.